Defcon 5, Fade Out. Defcon 5 is the lowest state of readiness, codenamed Fade Out. It signifies normal peacetime operations and is the default posture of the U.S. military. At this level, operations are routine, focused on long-term planning, scheduled training, and maintenance of equipment. There are no imminent threats of large-scale attack. A real-life example would be a naval fleet embarking on a 6-month Pacific deployment planned a year in advance, or an Army brigade conducting a joint NATO exercise in Europe. Everything runs on predictable schedules with global stability as the backdrop. 2. Defcon 4, Double Take. Defcon 4, codenamed Double Take, represents a step up from peacetime readiness. Intelligence gathering is intensified, satellites are redirected for closer surveillance, and security at bases and embassies is tightened. This level is precautionary, meant to boost awareness when global instability rises. A realistic case would be the regional declaration of Defcon 4 during political turmoil in a nuclear-armed country. For instance, if a military coup occurred in such a state, U.S. forces nearby would shift to Defcon 4 to watch closely over that nation's arsenal and prepare for potential escalation. 3. Defcon 3, Roundhouse. Defcon 3, codenamed Roundhouse, is a serious increase in readiness. Military units must be able to mobilize much faster. The U.S. Air Force, for example, must be capable of launching bombers within 15 minutes. This level serves as both a real preparation and a political warning. Historically, the most famous Defcon 3 occurred during the 1973 Yom Kippur War, when the Soviet Union threatened intervention against Israel. President Nixon ordered all U.S. forces worldwide to Defcon 3, signaling to Moscow that direct conflict with America was a real possibility. Another case was after the 9/11 attacks in 2001, when the military briefly raised readiness to Defcon 3. 4. Defcon 2, Fast Pace. Defcon 2, codenamed Fast Pace, is the brink of all-out war. At this stage, U.S. forces are ready to deploy and fight within 6 hours, with nuclear bombers airborne and missile crews standing by. The president is likely moved to a secure command post, while the Strategic Command prepares for launch orders. Defcon 2 has been reached only once in confirmed history, during the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. As Soviet nuclear missiles were discovered in Cuba, the United States imposed a blockade and Strategic Air Command went to Defcon 2. For days, the world stood closer than ever to nuclear annihilation, with both superpowers ready to strike. 5. Defcon 1, Cocked Pistol. Defcon 1, codenamed Cocked Pistol, is the maximum level of alert. It means nuclear war is imminent or already underway. This is not a warning stage, but the confirmation that a strategic attack has begun. At Defcon 1, nuclear launch authority is fully active, and command is decentralized so that even if Washington, D.C. were destroyed, U.S. forces could still retaliate. Thankfully, Defcon 1 has never been reached in history. A hypothetical scenario would be a confirmed satellite detection of a mass ICBM launch from an adversary, triggering immediate U.S. response plans. This represents the final step, moving from the threat of war to its execution.